Morning guys, we're in Hebrews chapter 12 verse 7, and we're looking at this aspect of God's discipline. And as we learned last time, it's not out of punishment that God disciplines for our sin. He's correcting us, He's restoring us. Yes, there's consequences to sin, and just as a father disciplines a child, God disciplines those whom He loves. It says in verse 7, it is for discipline that you endure. God deals with you as His sons, for what son is there whom the Father does not discipline? And so we need to embrace that discipline, because God's a loving God. He's doing it out of grace and love for us, so that we can learn through it. It goes on to say, verse 8, but if you are without discipline, of which all have become partakers, then you are illegitimate children and not sons. And so discipline is so important. It's actually one of the tests of whether you're a true believer. It's one of the criteria of every believer. Every person must get disciplined, because every person has got this fleshly nature, this wayward nature that's pulling them away from the truth and away from God, and God needs to bring them back, a bit like breaking a lamb's leg to keep it in the flock so that it can't stray. And so in that sense, God needs to protect us, and so discipline brings so many good things, and we'll look at a couple of those just now. But verse 9, furthermore, we had an earthly father to discipline us, and we respected them. Shall we not much rather be subject to the Father of spirits and live? And so discipline has much fruit. As we look at the Proverbs, it brings order, it brings wisdom, it brings blessings, and there's many fruit that comes out of it. But if we despise discipline, it's the response. It doesn't lead to anything good. And so a fool despises discipline, but a wise man always accepts discipline. He wants to learn in knowledge. He wants to grow in instruction, and that's why the word knowledge is often spoken about in Proverbs. Here's just a couple of Proverbs that link the two together. It says, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge. This is Proverbs 12 verse 1. But he who hates reproof is stupid. So there's a link between discipline and knowledge. Proverbs 23 verse 12, apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge. Proverbs 19 verse 20, listen to counsel and accept discipline, that you may be wise the rest of your days. And so unwise person rejects discipline. And so we want to grow, we want to learn, we want to know what God's got in store for us. And if you just understand that whole aspect of church discipline, where you go to that brother who sinned and you want to restore him back into the fellowship, and so the whole time God's wanting to restore us and protect us and grow us. And so it's always done in love. Poverty and disgrace come to him who ignores instruction, but whoever heeds reproof is honored. It's Proverbs 13 verse 18. And so the unwise person allows an undisciplined life to enter him, and everything, even the mundane things, becomes difficult. Getting up, feeding himself, he becomes lazy, and ultimately that leads to poverty. So many that go down that road, but let's be ones that embrace discipline and endure it. Yes, as Hebrews says, it's not easy, it's difficult, but it's for our good. So let's embrace it. Amen.